been to Athens, counted day and night.
Hey VC, David again. I'm here to post a response for JohnK TechHead's 100 subs contest. Hey John, how you doing? John posted a really interesting contest topic, and I wanted to make sure I made a response for him. He asked us some questions about wanting us to explain to him perhaps what are some of our music listening habits, some of our buying habits, and some of our storage habits as well. These are things that I guess as vinyl listeners and music lovers we're thinking about quite a bit. So it's definitely something that's often in the forefront of our minds, or at least in my thoughts from time to time. So before I start though, John, congratulations on 100 subs. That's fantastic. It's great to have you in the VC, all the way from Greece, and certainly look forward to all of your continued involvement. And I certainly always learn a lot from watching your videos, so keep it up. So to help answer your questions, John, I think I might start off with talking a little bit about my personal listening habits. Generally when I'm listening to music, at least when I'm listening to vinyl, I make sure that I listen to whole records at a time, or at least a full side at a time. I'm not really one to put a record on, listen to a couple of songs, take it off and put another one on and do it in that way. So I'm in for the long haul when I'm listening to vinyl. I'll put a record on either at the end of a day or at night time or whenever. But I usually will sit down and listen to an entire side with the intention of listening to an entire record at a time. So it can be a little bit time consuming, but it's great. It's a great time. Certainly it's a relaxing thing for me to do. So that's one of the reasons why I like it so much. So committed to the full listen. So that's the main thing I wanted to say about my listening habits. One other thing I find that I do quite often is when I'm listening to records, when I finish listening to one particular record, it may be of a particular band or a particular musical style. And one thing I find that I very often do is, once I've finished listening to that particular record, I'll go and dig and find something that's completely different to listen to for the next thing I'll listen to. So instead of, let's say, listening to 5 blues records in a row, which is a lot of fun, I'll do that from time to time too. I generally though try and mix it up. So if I've just listened to a blues record, I'll go and grab an R&B record. Or if I've just listened to some little bit of jazz or something, I might go and grab some heavy metal record to thrash around to for a bit. So I find that my listening habits are fairly eclectic in that sense, I guess, or fairly varied. I like to sort of mix it up and keep it fresh for myself. On to buying habits. My buying habits are fairly random. Well, the only probably consistent thing about my buying habits is generally I'll buy full albums. I'm not much of a 45 or even a 12-inch single listener, really. So for me it's pretty much full-length albums that I'm mostly into. Just to delve in a little bit quickly now into a couple of collecting habits. I guess that continues on to collecting habits. Full-length albums, I don't really go for greatest hits albums or compilations or anything like that. It's mostly just full 12-inch LPs that I'm interested in most. So buying habits, really, it's a fairly random thing for me, as I said, but sometimes I'll just get on a kick and I'll need to find a particular record or a particular group of records by a certain artist. But generally I find that I just go in to a record store completely with an open mind, just looking for lots of different things. And oftentimes I'll find things that I didn't know even existed, or even be interested enough in just the album artwork of a record of an artist that perhaps I don't even know, and that's something that will sort of draw me in. Although I guess one thing that's not particularly random about my buying habits, and this is perhaps something that a lot of you do as well, is you'll always go and hunt for a particular artist. So you may go straight for Pink Floyd and try and find that hard to find LP, or any particular artist that you're into. So that's something that I always try and make sure I have time to do. I don't always do it, but I try for it. Basically go and hop through all the different letters of the alphabet to find the bands that I really like, just to see, just in case if there's anything in there that's rare or really hard to find. But apart from that, it's pretty well just what I feel like, or what I find in the spur of the moment. John, you also wanted us to pull out 3 records that we haven't listened to in quite a long time. You do fall into sometimes, I guess, a trap of, if you're buying a lot of records at a time, having a large inbox or a large section of your collection that has records that need to be listened to, and sometimes some of those records get lost in the shuffle, which I'm guilty of too. And so what I've done is I've just had a quick look through and found 3 that I haven't listened to in a long time, which I think I'll have a listen to tonight. So the 3 that I've picked out are Inner Visions by Stevie Wonder, which is an absolute classic. The next one is Time's Up by Living Colour. So that's a great record, got to listen to that one. And here's one I haven't heard in quite a long time, Innuendo by Queen, Queen's last full-length studio record. So there you go, there's a few that I've pulled out of the vault that I will certainly have a listen to tonight. So the final thing I think you wanted us mostly to mention was our storage habits. Since moving into my new place, how I have my records stored at the moment is very haphazard, and it's extremely random. I haven't got anything ordered whatsoever. Despite how random they are, all sort of stored away at the moment, I'll give you a quick look and show you where the majority of my vinyl collection is kept. So here we go. Alright John, here we go. This is where I keep the majority of my vinyl record collection, just on the bottom shelf of one of my storage wardrobes here. At the moment still kept completely out of order and mixed up. I have to find a way of ordering this better. It'll be a big job though. So here are the main records that I have, and then over to the right here we've got just a few box sets and a few 45s that I have. So at the moment this is the majority of the collection. I will cut and edit in here and then I'll show you where the remainder of them are. For the moment, this is how I'm keeping things stored. Alright John, here is where I keep the remainder of my vinyl record collection at the moment, just in one of my wardrobes. And this pretty much rounds out my entire vinyl record collection at this point in time. So there you go, I'll give you a bit of a close-up look at some of the titles here as we go, but as I said before, everything's just completely ordered randomly at the moment. I need to order things. I still haven't come up with an idea of how best to do that yet, so that's why I haven't done it. But here are some of the titles. Alright, there you go John. Hope you enjoyed that. That was a little bit of insight into some of my buying and storage and collecting habits. It was great to make a response for your 100 subs contest. I've enjoyed watching a lot of other members' responses to your contest. Good luck with it. I'm sure you'll get a whole stack more subs because of it. And good luck with your channel. Congrats on 100 subs, John. It's awesome. If you haven't subscribed to John's channel yet, why not? I'm going to include a link to John's channel down below, so get involved, go check out the coolest dude from Greece. Alright, to everybody else, thanks for checking this out, and we'll see you soon.